I'm Shaina Denny, and this is how you sell without selling out. Rogers that.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rogers Healy, and welcome to Rogers That, a podcast dedicated to selling without selling out. But you can franchise without selling out. We're going to get there today with one of my favorite founders. She's a trailblazer. She's an entrepreneur. She is a dog mom. She is one for the people. I first got connected to Shaina Denny, the CEO and the founder of Dogdrop, a few years ago. And I remember where I was with my buddy Sean Lowe, and we're both huge dog people. And we heard about this and we were just so excited. And then time just drifted away, and we had connected on Facebook and LinkedIn, and I just kept following her journey. And last summer, I was in Colorado with my family, and Colorado was just dog heaven. And I kept seeing these dogs, and I was like, man, I wonder what Shaina Denny is up to. And so we reconnected. I ended up becoming a very, very small part of what she's doing, but an even bigger fan. She is redefining the doggy daycare approach with a modern, flexible approach for urban pet parents. Even if you're not a pet parent, you're going to appreciate this story because it emulates a little bit of real estate, a little bit of creativity, but it all revolves around a great mission. With a background in marketing and international business and a passion for innovation, Shaina is leading Dogdrop's nationwide expansion while championing inclusivity in entrepreneurship. It's a mouthful, but hopefully it came across as authentic. So without further ado, my new friend, Shaina Denny.
Thanks, Rogers. I appreciate that background and story. It's cool to hear that.
What did I miss?
You didn't miss much. I do share a lot online about our journey, the highs and lows of everything. So I get that people are like, wow, 6 months later, they're like, I've been following you this whole time, and this is what has happened.
No, it's powerful. And yeah, I was going to tell you this before we started filming. One of my biggest regrets is I didn't leverage LinkedIn until COVID. I always had a LinkedIn account, and I always thought that Instagram or Twitter or Facebook was where I was supposed to be. And I was like, man, LinkedIn people are nice. I was like, they rarely dog on you. And they're really kind. And I think they appreciate authenticity and vulnerability and letting people really get an idea of what's really, really going on.
Yeah, I like when people share because it's exactly what you said. 6 months, 12 months later, you can be thinking, hey, what about that person? Like, what are they doing when you see a topic? And I always say, basically, whatever that time is when you're thinking about the pet care space, that hopefully somehow that thought will come back to what we're building at Dogdrop.
Yeah. So loaded question to start with. Can you be friends with anybody that doesn't like dogs?
I don't know anyone.
Really?
I always think about, no. Do you know anyone that doesn't like dogs?
Yeah. I was single till I was 40 because,
you didn't like dogs?
I love dogs, okay. But I had to find a wife that loved them too. And shout out to Abby. There's people, it's crazy. There's this certain subsection of humans that are just really angry, and they don't share it with me. Yeah, that's smart. Yeah. There's a quote I heard by Mark Twain, said, the older I get, the more I like my dogs,
I see that. I remember, I forget what movie it is. There's a Bruce Willis movie, and the young Bruce Willis.
The kid.
The kid.
It's one of the best movies ever.
What kind of person doesn't like dogs?
It's one of the best movies of all time.
Remember that quote? And I'm like,
Spencer Breslin was in it. Spencer Breslin shout out. He just got excited. Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, well, let's talk. Let's give us background. You're a founder, you're a trailblazer, you're a traveler, you're doing all these things, all for the betterment of your co-founder. Your puppy's name is what?
Poppy.
Poppy?
Yep.
Poppy the puppy. You're watching today. How you doing?
Yeah, she's probably sleeping.
She's probably sleeping.
Yeah, she sleeps a good 18 to 20 hours a day.
Man.
I know. What a life.
What a life. Yeah. Man.
One eye open. She's like, am I really having to do something right now? But
man, wow.
She allows me to be productive.
Yeah, no, that's like most co-founders. Most co-founders sleep 20 hours a day and the other one does all the work. But you seem to somehow still get along. So give us background. What got us to where we're at today?
Cool. So at the end of the day, we just want to build something that's common sense, right? And how we want to use things. We want to build really convenient, flexible dog daycare that's in locations that are accessible and just pay for what we use. So how I got there, my background was not in pet. It was not in franchising. It wasn't in software. But actually, I lived and worked in China for about 4 years. And I was working with all early stage hardware companies. So I was working with the Xiaomi group, so the largest consumer electronic company in the world, and on their imaging technology team. And then I moved up to Beijing and was working with an early stage EV startup. I moved back to the US, and literally on day one, I got Poppy. We met at LAX. Two, I thought, oh, how hard could it
can
be?
you just met? Like, what, maybe
Well,
it was
I did order her online.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Yeah. So it was a coordinated meet cute.
Got it.
And we met at LAX, and I thought, how hard could it be, sort of thing. I was still working China hours. So I was basically at home until 3 p.m., not really, doing much, just working. And then my day would start. And I just needed a place to drop her off for an hour or two.
Huh.
And that's really what started this journey.
Well, how long ago was that?
That was in 2018.
Yeah.
When I got Poppy. And then that's when I was having the main pain points of like looking for something. I kept pushing down these feelings. I was like, I had a good thing going for me. I had a good little gig, everything. And just somehow in the back of my mind, I'm like, how is there not just like super convenient dog daycare? Everything that we see, especially in the human space with health and wellness and gyms and fitness concepts. I'm like, why isn't there something? It's a membership model. You could access it anywhere you are. You don't have to start from ground zero and re-register. Just pay for what you use, pop in, pop out.
Huh. I like that. But being a founder, again, like you've worked for these massive companies overseas and Asia. And, I think it takes a certain personality. It's almost like you have to be a little bit or a lot of it kind of demented and twisted.
If you work in China for 3.5 years.
Well, okay.
Years,
well, yeah. So you had the background, the pedigree, and you want to go do this. And again, a city like Dallas is not San Francisco. It's not LA. It's not New York. It's still needed. Mm-hmm. But you saw this, and what you decided to do was create a convenience for dog parents. And to do this, what were the first few steps you had to take to actually formalize Dogdrop?
Yeah. So at first, I didn't even know what the solution was. I was focused on the problem, and I was focused on like, okay, I need a couple hours here and there. I want my dog to have socialization. I can't watch her, whether it's not like I'm at home, but she's on my leg, crying for attention. And so I sort of worked backwards from that into what does it look like? So actually, when we first started, we were like, should we go to dog friendly offices? Because at this time everyone had a dog friendly office, all the tech companies in like Silicon Beach in LA. We're like, why don't we go to those offices?
I've actually never heard the term Silicon Beach.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't think people call it that anymore.
Now they do.
They do?
Yeah. No, because of you.
Oh, okay. Well, that term should have like died in 2020, but maybe it's back.
Yeah, we just brought it back.
All right, 2020.
Silicon
Beach.
Yeah.
And so we started knocking on offices and saying like, hey, you're dog friendly. Can we just take your dogs out on a walk for an hour? Then when we return them, they'll be better behaved throughout the day in the office so that your employees can be more productive. And they were like, wow, office dogs we love them because it's great for the culture, but there's the realities of having a handful of dogs. So we started doing that. And every time we return the dogs, people are like, well, how can you guys help us outside of the office hours? And so what we ended up thinking was having these small, convenient locations where dogs can run around and play, and then kind of built the Dogdrop concept off of that.
And so that was like your first like real light bulb moment. Mm-hmm. And did you decide to go raise money? Did you decide to go do the first one on your own? How did you have to go navigate that?
So I met someone and he's like, you got to meet Mike Jones. And you know Mike, right? Yeah. So I was like, okay, I don't know who this guy is, but sure, I'll meet him. We met at the Mendocino Farms in Santa Monica. And I was like, right before, the 2 days before, I'm like, I think I need to come up with the concept of meeting this guy. I need something, what we're doing. I'm like, we're going to build the most convenient dog daycare ever. They're going to be everywhere. And I just kind of talked about this big vision. And he's like, yeah, makes total sense. Right. And so he's like, we incubated Dog Vacay, which was acquired by Rover, and that whole story. And we were just talking about they had a great exit through Blackstone, too, and the power of the pet care market. And so we just went for it, and we built the pilot location. So
fast forward, 7 years later?
Not quite a good. So we opened the first location January 2020.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's been
5 years later.
Yeah.
What's been the number one thing that you've learned that has surprised you?
Oof, number one.
Or just what has surprised you?
So what has surprised me is, I would say the biggest learning curve is the employees, right? So I can sit behind my computer screen. I can talk to you and sell this vision of how I want people to feel, right? But now how do you have, dozens of employees that are embedding that culture to the dog parent? And how hard that can be, and that it starts on day one. It starts from people. It's mission driven. No one's going to be providing moments of delight if they're not all in.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Right. It's tough. And as a founder myself, I was talking to someone this morning. I think one of my biggest regrets with my real estate background is I named all the companies after me. Which again, I was at a different headspace and I didn't have emotional or really any kind of maturity behind me. But yeah, even with that, it's like no one's ever going to care as much as you, ever. And then you put someone's family and a pet. The industries that are relatively recession proof, at the top of it is always the pet industry. So you did that. And then have you had any situations with like maybe a dog getting away and it's like, there's just the holy crap moments that you just can't plan for?
Yeah. I'm always like, knock on wood. Fortunately, we've overinvested early in terms of safety, protocols, everything. That does not mean we've been perfect. There have been small scruffles, incidents, things have happened that you're like, whoops, that could have been bad, right? Because you're learning as you're going. But I think it's getting it right. It's putting in the time, and it's different because we build all the software to run and operate our locations.
Really?
So we build all the software. So it's how to connect our team that's building software for now people working hourly in store and merging those two worlds together because we're learning. And I think that's what's really cool about the software that we're building is we're not just like sitting at our desks in Silicon Valley. We're operating dog daycares. So when we're in there, we get the learnings and we're like, this is what we want to build because this is going to help the people on the floor.
So like, as far as like not an end goal, but as you build, you're building the plane while you're flying it, you're selling airplanes all over the world, you're doing these things all at once as a founder, but is there a big picture goal? I know you're introducing franchising, right now too. You're in Dallas doing this, but what lives in your head as far as how this thing can grow to scale?
I'll step back of what our business is, right? My business is providing a business in a box solution, and that's a stretch to business owners. So what I do is if you want to open a dog daycare in Dallas, you have 3 ways. You're going to open, let me guess, you're going to call it Rogers Dog Daycare.
No, not anymore.
Okay. Yeah. So we have Rogers Dog Daycare.
I can say not Rogers Daycare.
Rogers
That'll probably do better.
Dog Daycare. Yeah. Okay. So that's option 1. You're starting and you're like, oh man, how do I do this? I'm going to try to find a space. I'm going to buy an old warehouse. I don't know how to hire these people, but I'm going to figure it out. I forgot to train them because I didn't think that was important. Whatever. So that's your option 1. Option 2 is it's really popular right now, ETA. So entrepreneurship through acquisition. You have someone that has Alexandra's Dog Daycare down the street, and it's super cool.
Competitor.
They're throwing like great numbers, everything, and you're like, I want to buy her business because I'm going to start on day 1 with cash flow. So you're going to make her an offer and acquire that location and run it. And you're going to think you're super fancy and find a new software and run it more efficiently, right? To grow that. And then option number 3 is maybe you're going to franchise. And that's my solution for you. I'm like, hey, you want to open a dog daycare? This is what Dogdrop can do for you. 1, I'm going to help you find the best site in the area because for most part, you have no background in real estate, right? 2, I'm going to work with these multifamily developers and I'm going to position Dogdrop so strong as an amenity to them that they're going to pay us a ton of tenant improvement dollars to put a Dogdrop on the ground floor of their fancy luxury apartment because no one cares about the podcast studio anymore, the gym that they have, everything that they have, that pet amenities are number 1, right? And then I'm going to help you open a location, hopefully cheaper, hopefully faster. I don't guarantee that. Now I'm going to have you use the Dogdrop name because you don't have to build your own website and make it over. I'm going to help you open a Dogdrop with 100 founding members so that you on day 1 have members. And then once you open your business, I'm going to help you as well do initial training for your employees, ongoing training. I'm going to walk you through your whole process. And that's our solution is a complete, instead of just selling you the vertical SaaS platform, I'm going to do everything. And we have a back office onboarding. We're going to help you do your customer calls, lead generation. You won't have to upload the dog vaccination information. And you're just really going to focus on growing revenue.
Wow.
And how you grow revenue with Dogdrop, it's a membership. You're going to acquire and retain members by providing moments of delight.
Man, so it's very well said and it's very easy to understand, but I'm going to actually ask one of my little fun or specific / questions. Balance, right? It's like all this thing, it lives in your head, right? Like we both have we're blessed to be founders and to have the entrepreneurial bug, but it's like it never stops. right? There's never a way for me to stop improving the systems or find a new deal or to help somebody. And it's like you're kind of built, you're like a founder, but you're an engineer mind, right? Is that hard to find balance, or if there even is such thing?
I always laugh. It lives. I say this all the time to all of our team members at Dogdrop. If it's not written and documented, it's not true. So we're we're obsessed. We live in Coda. It's like a Notion alternative. So nothing lives in our head as well. But for ourselves, it's nonstop. But at the same time, what I'm doing is just executing on the same thing that we said we were going to do. And I'm like, we're going to open one Dogdrop. We're going to do the same thing to open another one. Hopefully we're going to do it more efficiently and better the next time. But we just need to show up and do the same thing every day.
And that's fun for you.
Love it.
Yeah. So you're 2025 right now. It's March. A year from now, where do you want to be?
So we have 4 locations open today, and we should have, if we do things right and we stay on track, we should have another 6 open in the next 12 months. So let's say we have 10, and then how do we, double down, triple down for the next year? And how do we see, and we clearly see a world with 300, 400, 500 plus Dogdrop locations within the next 5 to 6 years.
You think Poppy will have both eyes open, or you think she'll just still be chilling?
She'll be like, she gives like a little snoop. That's kind of her that's her vibe.
Did you watch the Oscars last night?
I did not. Okay, I was playing, but
okay. Well, I watched like 10 minutes of it, but there was like a couple little. John Lithgow, you know who that is?
I don't.
He's an actor that he's like kind of plays just a curmudgeon.
Okay.
And
I'm so bad at pop culture.
Yeah, well, I am like if it's pre-2000, I'm good. But yeah, not anything after that. Yeah, I don't even know.
I'm with you on that.
Okay, best advice you've ever received, or have you received it yet?
I have actually. It's funny when I meet with a lot of cool people, which I really like about the space and the pet industry, and I really like about venture and startups, is that people are so willing to meet even and like this conversation that we're having. I think one conversation I had is like, be patient but persistent. So don't push something. If it's not working, don't keep pushing it because you wrote it on a whiteboard, right? Yeah. But it doesn't mean you can just sit back and it's going to happen to you.
Yeah.
So I think about that all the time. I want to be patient, make sure it's the right way, but also we have to show up every day.
That's really well said. Yeah, it's a weird art. Yeah, like following up, circling back, checking in. It's awkward.
Bringing it to the top.
Yeah, hey, I know the holidays are over. It's like it can be an ego blow, right? Yeah. But I do think that the community of investors, and especially in kind of consumer and what you're doing, it's a friendly group, which is still surprising to me. Best advice you'd give somebody? Let's say it's a founder that has an idea. Maybe it's not the craziest background that you have, but they have something that just lives in their head. What's the advice you'd give them?
Just try it. So like you can literally throw up a landing page and see if people click on it. You don't need always a credit card down. And that's what I've done even with Dogdrop. When I pitch to Mike and Science, I'm like, this is how much money we need for the first one. So they're like, how are people? I'm like, let's throw up a landing page, say like coolest dog daycare membership model, whatever, and see if people are even going to give us their email. I'm like, it takes now with all the tools that we have, you can do that in 5 minutes and either for free or $10 and prove something out.
So tell me where you've been the last 10 days. Where have you, look, you're in Dallas right now, but where else have you been?
The last 10 days, I was in the Bay Area where I'm located. And then I went down to LA for a few days. Actually, we were renovating our first location and repainting it and fixing some stuff up. And checking in on our LA locations. Then I was in Virginia Beach, and then I flew to DC, or I drove to DC. Then I was in Atlanta, and now I'm here.
So how do you keep routine? Like those are 3 different time zones. Those are very different cities, all of them. But you seem to have, like, you and I don't have the similar, like, you're very even keel. Right. And I think that is very appealing as an investor, where it's somebody like with me, I'm manic. I'm psycho. I have 80 different personalities over the course of a 30-minute podcast. But how do you keep any kind of routine stable living like that?
I always sleep 8 hours. So I'll start there. I can sleep anywhere, and I always sleep 8 hours, no matter what. Like there has to be something. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, if you decide to talk about kids, wait till you have kids.
Yeah, I know. But I prioritize my sleep. I prioritize trying to eat as healthy as I can.
Yep.
And not drinking, whatever, that's different for everyone. and just try to be as healthy as you can on the road. And it gives you
But
more
is it
energy.
hard doing it like a road warrior, like
Yeah.
leading?
It's hard. I had a pretty brutal flight yesterday.
Really?
So actually we left Atlanta and flying to Dallas. About 45 minutes into the flight, they said there was a mechanical issue. We had to turn
After
back
you had already
around.
taken off?
We were in the air.
Nope.
How do you think? I was like putting my eye mask on. I'm like, whatever's happening right now. I shut my computer down. I was on Excel. I'm like, this doesn't matter. We landed. We moved back to Atlanta, got on a new flight. So it's okay.
The joys of travel.
Yeah.
There's only so much control that you have. But again, you do that. And I think that your people probably glean that from you, that are working for you. Obviously, the mission for Dogdrop is to help bring stability to families that have dogs, right?
Yep.
And that's
it's two part, right? So we want to provide the absolute best care to dog parents, and I want to provide the opportunity for entrepreneurs to build their own dog daycare empire.
I love that. And then what do you do? Like, let's say 5 years, Dogdrop maybe gets acquired by somebody else. Like, what do you want to do next?
I love what I do now. I think I'm always energized to do it again. I don't think I'll ever stop. I have ideas, but I think just right now we're so laser focused on Dogdrop and, doing what we said we were going to do.
If you were a dog, what would you be?
I would be my dog. Poppy is an 11-pound miniature dachshund.
Oh, yeah.
I might be a little more active than her.
Yeah.
What about you? I've seen photos of your dogs.
Oh yeah.
They're
So
cute.
we have 3 that are public, but we have a secret dog too. Because where we live, we're not allowed to have more than 3 dogs.
Living life on the edge.
I know. I tell you, well, the longer version is that we had a fertility journey, like a lot of parents. And during the first go round, my wife, everyone has a different story, but we had just had a battle with trying to have a kid. And then we impulse bought a bloodhound.
Oh,
so
I love hounds.
the next day she was pregnant. And so Darlin is our bloodhound. But to answer your question, we have a black lab, a German Shorthair Pointer, a Weimaraner, and a bloodhound. And I feel like the Weimaraner and I just really connect. Like
what a crew.
Yeah. It's 4 hunting dogs. We don't hunt. But yeah, I mean, look, before human kids, and I got my dogs are our kids too, but there was no length I would not have gone to protect them. Yeah. And I'm psycho. Like I'm a psycho dog parent, as you're supposed to be.
So it's funny. Everyone's like, no, that's a crazy dog parent. I'm a craziest dog parent. That's what's amazing about the market I'm in. Is everyone is a psycho dog parent. And everyone I talk to says, no, my city, my neighborhood is the most dog friendly. This is the best place for a dog drop. And I'm like, want to know what the last 10 convos the person said to me?
Well, then here's a question that might piss off a lot of people. What is the best dog city in the country?
Oof. I think all of them.
Really?
Yeah. Denver's been really good,
though,
I will say.
That's when I was in Vail.
Our Denver location is good.
What city, does Philly or they need dogs? Yeah. What city needs some dogs?
Philly has dogs.
Oh, really?
They have them. They go all over, and I'm like, I can't see them everywhere.
Oh, well, what city needs a little dog love?
Oof.
By the way, even when she says it's not ooh, she does it like a dog. Oof.
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 Oof. Rufus. Yeah. Oofus.
Roof. Oof. What city in the US needs some dogs?
I even have someone wanting to do Sioux Falls in South Dakota. They
said it's a Midwest, of course. Yeah, you can't go wrong with. You watch Love Is Blind?
No.
Oh, this season is Minnesota, and it's there's no drama.
What do you think? What city needs dogs?
I was gonna say Philly. Philly and I have never gotten along.
Oh, really? I like it.
Like New Orleans and I have never, like Vegas. We just need to drop a bunch of puppies in Vegas.
They do on the strip.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden you're not going there to gamble. You're going there to adopt dogs.
Yeah. They need some dogs.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about celebrities. If Dogdrop was a celebrity, what celebrity would it be?
Oh, that's a good one. We're kind of low key.
I'm going to think of mine while you're thinking of yours. Yeah. It's like a Tom Hanks, maybe. No, I don't know no, who is it? Low key what?
Let's see. I'm not a celebrity person.
I know, but pop pre-2000.
Pre-2000?
Yeah.
I need a little help here.
Okay, or if Dogdrop was a color, it'd be yellow probably. Not because of pee.
It's blue. It's
blue.
Dogdrop blue.
Dogdrop blue.
Did you know blue is supposedly, I'm not a dog, so I can't say this for sure. But
the only color they can see?
It's the only color they can see.
Really?
Yeah.
We're in that pet hydration deal, Licks.
Oh yeah.
It's funny. We're about to launch it, and you need to meet the founder. You guys would really hit it off. I
chatted with him.
He's awesome. He was just on the podcast last week. We call him Dogwater Dylan. But I was like going back and forth and was like, yeah, but these colors are going to be, the dogs aren't going to be able to tell the difference. He's like, dogs are colorblind. I was like, move forward. Yeah. Yes, they're with using blue. Yeah, with blue.
What color did they go with?
It's almost like this color. Okay, we have a bag. I'll show you.
Maybe I'll try it.
Okay, challenges. One of the last questions. Is the biggest challenge so far the employee management? Like, is it that in your mind, you have 50 locations already open, but you have to get to the first 5? Like, what does that look like?
It's also balancing. So we have corporate stores and franchising. And I think that's a big jump that people don't realize. When you go into franchising, it's a business of itself. I get people all the time, should I franchise my business? I say, what kind of business do you want to operate? Right. So for us, we realized what our strengths was a ton of the back office. We're super operations focused, processes, systems. But we still have a couple corporate locations right now. So giving them both our time. We most likely, maybe we consider selling our corporate location so that we could have a franchisee build out those markets. But that's definitely a challenge, is managing. Those are 2 different businesses.
Yeah, but it seems like not a good problem to have. But again, you're not too far along where you can't make edits and pivots.
Oh yeah, and they bring us cash flow, so it can't complain really too much. And it helps us iterate the model and perfect things, and to say, like, we run this business, we understand. I'm not selling something I want to run and own myself. We own corporate locations that we've done. We built them from the ground up. We've had to go through growing the membership. We've had to go through training, employees, construction. We've done it all ourselves. I wouldn't ask even an employee. I want to ask them to do something I want to do. I've cleaned every spot. I've slept at Dogdrop. Luckily, we had the Casper dog beds. We've done everything, and I want to ask anyone to do something I want to do myself. And so the same promise I give to our employees is the same promise I'd give to our franchise owners.
Look at that. Living it out.
It's a glamorous life.
Yeah.
Really.
But name a better life than a well-loved dog.
Yeah.
My mom's always said she wants to come back as one of our dogs. Not that that's like part of the Healy mantra, but yeah, our dogs are treated.
Which one out of the 4?
Well, not mine. They had dogs in the past, but yeah, mine. I train them. And so, there's a reason that they don't really leave the house, but that'll be my therapy podcast with myself. Like, what kind of dog parent are you? I'm great. Why don't you take them on walks? They don't need to go on walks. We have a big backyard. They play with each other. Except
I'll challenge you. We get a ton of folks because people said, can you go into suburban areas with Dogdrop? And we actually have a ton of folks who have, a single family house. They have a backyard, but maybe they don't have 3 or 4 dogs right now. But even with 1 or 2, that they want to drop their dog off to get the socialization and enrichment that they need.
Yeah. Does Poppy know about all that you're doing?
She, I think, hears the same thing all the time as she's listening.
That's why she's sleeping.
Yeah. She's like, I've heard this so many times.
Another pitch.
Yeah, same one.
What's the hardest thing about raising money?
Let's see. I think it's having both people check all the boxes that we need to. You're not going to check all of them, but are we all on the same page, right? And we really, I laugh when I talk to other founder friends. They're like, oh, this investor, I roll. And I'm like, I love all of mine. And I'm like, just not even saying that. I'm like, everyone on our cap table, I would grab a coffee with, and I text all the time. I say, what's up? What's going on? Try to be as transparent. Obviously, some people more than others. And so I think it's just finding good people who can back us and believe in what we're doing.
Am I your favorite investor?
You're in the tops. I'm
kidding.
Honest.
I'm totally kidding. I'm kidding.
Do you know who I really like?
Who?
I really like Garrett Smallwood, who's the CEO of WAG. I text him all the time.
That's
and
awesome.
Honestly, he's so helpful. I'm like, Garrett, I roll. I can't even believe this. And he's like, oh my God, right?
Do you say woof? Woof?
Woof, woof. Oh, he is the king of dog puns. If you follow him, Garrett is the king of dog puns over there at WAG. But no, he's awesome. We text all the time, and that's kind of like folks that I'm looking to work with who have been in it before.
That's really cool. One of the last questions, legacy, right? Your professional legacy. You look back in 100 years and you think about all the stuff that you've done. What does your legacy look like?
I want to leave something behind that helped other people build their businesses. That's why I love what we're doing. And that's why instead of people are, why don't you just build the software, right? I want to build a full solution for business owners and help them build their own business. I think that's really cool.
You're a rock star. Do you ever get angry?
I'm not really the angry type.
Yeah.
I've been frustrated, been annoyed.
She's like, I've been frustrated twice. It's like, I've been frustrated 8 times since 10 o'clock.
A couple times. I think there are times where you get angry, whether it's an employee or a partnership that didn't work out. Then at the end of the day, you're like, I just got to focus on ourselves and what we're doing.
Man, tell you what, you're going to be a great
Do you
mom.
get angry?
Yeah.
About what?
Stupid thing. I got angry at the Oscars last night because I didn't know who half the people were.
Oh, I don't. I'm like driving. Someone cuts me off. I'm like, you.
Man.
Yeah.
I tell you. Do I get maybe I don't get angry. I get, I don't know. I'm definitely, my wife is very level-headed. Maybe I'm not, but maybe that's why it works. I'm level-headed. Even this, I just had a conversation with myself in front of you. So that's
good.
That's me. Is it good? Is this therapy?
I think it's nice to talk out loud sometimes.
Yeah, most people do talk out loud.
Head. Yeah.
Yeah, thinking, yeah.
But I think it's better than like just tweeting out loud. You don't need to tweet every thought.
Listen,
there's some things that it's like, I always say, put it in the notes. Actually, part of our employee or our franchise owner training on customer service, when replying to a Yelp review, anything like that, I'm like, sometimes you got to let it out. Whatever you want to reply to that person, write it in your notes, get it out. And then on Yelp or Google, say, thanks for the feedback. We will message you directly.
There you go.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you what, you're like a modern day, you're like the dog Gandhi.
I don't know.
Yeah. Dogdy. Wait, what are, any pet puns? That's all I'm thinking about. Can you share some of those, please?
It's funny because I didn't even want to say it, but at Dogdrop, we're actually the anti-dog pun company.
Well,
right?
This is a safe place.
We're a brand for the humans. And that really separates
Please tell me
us.
a dog pun. Just give me like one dog pun.
One dog pun?
Yeah. A good one. Like a good one.
Like a good one. The common ones we get is like the yappy hours. That's not a good one. Okay. I'm not a dog pun person.
Do you think that you're more bark than bite?
Ooh, that's a good one. I don't think I'm a lot of bark.
Yeah, you're not.
I think I go just straight for the bite when people don't know it.
Yeah. Circling back, following up.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, do you like rabies kind of like, or is it just
rabies? At Dogdrop, we're really tight on the vaccination.
Yeah.
So
okay. No, that was a test. I'm good. I'm still invested. Great.
Yeah.
Last question. How do we best support you? How do we best support your journey? And how do we best support Dogdrop?
All day, every day. My goal right now is it's a ripple effect. I need to keep making dog parents happy. And by that, I need to keep making our team members, our employees happy. And I need more franchise owners, business owners to employ these wonderful people to service more pet parents. So the more Dogdrops that we can open to have everyone have this whole little system working. We're currently in Los Angeles, Denver, Fort Lauderdale. We're opening in a lot of exciting markets that we haven't announced yet. If you know an area, a neighborhood that needs a Dogdrop, and you can connect us with anyone that wants to start a new business venture, that's really helpful.
Email and website for that.
Yep. You can contact me directly, Shaina at dogdrop.co. I'm talking to all of our franchise owners right now. It's the most important thing I can do to make sure we're getting awesome people in. And our website's dogdrop.co.
Social media?
Yeah, everything. Dogdrop. On everything. Google Dogdrop and we'll pop up everywhere.
Yeah, and we're going to bring it back to the beginning. Like people that don't have a dog, let's pitch them real quick.
Yeah. So if you don't have a dog, the number one reason is because you can't watch them, right? If you ask anyone, why don't I have a dog? I travel too much. I go to the office all day. I don't know if I have the time. You can have the best of both worlds, right? And that's why we started Dogdrop, so that people can still have the companionship of a dog. Dogs make people happier, and happier people create a better place to live. So get a dog. And when you can't watch them, we have Dogdrop.
Shout out to Poppy.
Shout out to Poppy, wherever she is. I think she's at my mom's house.
Shout out to Mom.
She is the best.
Your mom?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, total the best.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
So is mine.
She helped me clean Dogdrop last week in the first location. We were there from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on a Sunday. My mom was so gnarly for 12 hours, drilling holes, everything. We had a couple workers. She was giving them the tips. Yeah, she said they had some rookie.
Does she have dogs?
She has 2 dogs.
Of course. She's one of us.
Yeah, she's one of us.
Great job.